Ecosystem services powered by ForestSIM. Portugal is a country with enormous forestry potential. In terms of land occupation in Portugal, the forested area covers 39% of the territory. But if we add to this the areas of potential forest, bushland, and agroforestry land, the total makes up more than half the country, 66% of Portugal's total area. However, we face challenges in a reality quite different from the rest of the world. In Portugal, more than 80% of the land is privately owned, and only around 3% is managed directly by the state. Another major challenge is the fact that there is a huge lack of land registry in the center and north of the territory. In the Portuguese forestry context, these are currently the greatest challenges, making it difficult to implement public policies and guarantee sustainable management on a large scale. To Be Forest Limited Company exists since 2016 and intends to be the reference on advisory and engineering solutions in the forest and agroforest certification area, providing value to the national forest sector. The company's activities have focused on supporting agroforest owners and companies in the implementation of forest certification systems. In the case of agroforest owners, sustainable forest management systems are implemented, and in the case of forest exploitation companies, a chain of custody system is implemented. In all cases, the certifications are based on international references, FSC and PEFC, and are audited by independent entities. The market points to exponential growth in the coming years, namely in the relation between forest and ecosystem services worldwide. To Be Forest Group has forest owners spread from north to the south of the country. Our certified forest area is mainly production forest, but there is a large portion of marginal areas with a conservation function. These areas are often considered by forest owners as an impediment to certification because they cannot derive direct income from these areas. In addition, the small size of most properties and the location of most of them, where there is no land registry, are the main challenges we found in our group. The complexity of managing information tends to be chaotic, as mostly it is based on Excel, Word, PDF, and cartographic data in shared folders. And as such, there is a great difficulty of collecting information at group level for monitoring and auditing, resulting in a waste of time and low efficiency of human resources. The advisors have also a great difficulty in sharing information with the forest owner related to their planning and certification procedures to ensure that they actively apply all the good forest practices, comply with all legal requirements, and promote ecosystem services. To respond to this challenge, 2B Forest has created ecosystem services powered by ForestSIM, a digital advisory tool. This platform, ForestSIM, allows any national forest owner to obtain forest certification, integrating 2B Forest Group. Making part of 2B Forest Group also permits necessary support for the implementation of correct planning measures to obtain value from the ecosystem service. This relation between certification models and ecosystem services, with the use of DATs, in this case ForestSIM, is an innovative model for the forestry sector that will allow the provision of additional value to agroforest areas, products, and services. In Portugal, there is no other DAT, except ForestSIM, that integrates documents, forms, cartography, and planning components according to the forest certification and legal requirements, as well as allowing for the valorization of ecosystem services. The main characteristics of ForestSIM include that it is web system based, that it is similar to a cloud as it can store information all in one place, that it has built-in cartographic workspace and supports uploads and downloads of QGIS freeware software data. It has direct links to other online platforms, allowing to estimate stand productivity, for example. It supports different types of users, allowing both advisors and forest owners to use ForestSIM efficiently. And last but not least, it's super user-friendly and easy to start, working for both advisors and forest owners. For the owner, the main advantages of using ForestSIM are the possibility to have access to real-time information about their plots and the certification process anytime and anywhere they want, using any phone, tablet, or laptop, having the chance to make their own cartographic pieces for their plots, having update planning and budget anytime they need or do any alteration on their stands. The ForestSIM characteristics allow the certification process to be more efficient, so ultimately, For the agroforest owners, the cost of certification will be reduced. ForestSIM allows advisors and agroforest owners to have access to information about the property and plot limits, forms for the operational control of planned forest activities with all the health and work safety rules, cartographic editing tools, maps generated by ForestSIM with legal restriction layers, productivity of forest stands with models of productivities, management orientations for biodiversity linked layers of Natura 2000, calculation of biomass and carbon sequestered in forest, collect and monitoring information for the ecosystem services, and management plan with specific orientation for obtaining certification for ecosystem services. Lastly, here we can show you a few examples of the different ForestSIM layouts. On the top left, we can see the main menu where we can select what type of information we want to work with: planning, audits information, operations, sales, or monitoring information. Top right, we have the built-in cartographic workspace. On the bottom left, an example of the planning for an eucalyptus stand, and bottom right, a chart of biodiversity information from a plot with IUCN species status and guidance for management actions. Thank you very much for your attention. Hope to see you soon.